Hi, my oven has gone dead, no light, no power. I assume it is the thermal fuse and I have a replacement. Is there a video or instructions anywhere as to how to replace it?
Hello there, my name is XXXXX I am more than happy to help with your question today. Can you post back the make and model number?
Beko OIF 21300B.
Can you post back the part number of your thermal fuse?
I don't know where that would be. Do you mean the old one or the one I have bought?
That's right, the part number of the new one. I'm trying to figure what it is you have bought.
It is fan oven thermal fuse cutout cable. Alternative part numbers are. There is no replacement fuse for the Beko oven I have. Apparently you have to fit a new bit of wiring. See this link, http://www.apart4u.co.uk/part/160100590/fan oven thermal fuse and cable Beko OPN 160100590.html. I don't understand why I can't just replace the fuse unit, which I think I recognize, even though the old one is square.
Okay, thanks for that. Just give me 5 minutes to figure this out. I think I know why this is a replacement. This cutout is to replace an inline thermal fuse of which I suspect you have not yet identified. The original fuse is a discrete component wired directly into the feed wire from the terminal block. You will recognize it by seeing what is known as shrink wrap sheathing, normally a white color. Follow the feed wires, red, from the terminal block to the main control panel. At least one of them will have this inline fuse. Use a meter to bell out each wire. The one that goes open circuit will be the one with the failed thermal fuse. If you think you are replacing one that is square, then you may have to reconsider that. I'm only telling you this based on past experience. I used to make up the thermal fuses for Beko ovens. Of course, I could still be wrong, but as I am not next to the oven, I am relying on you to reinvestigate this. I've been called out on a job now, so I will leave you to look at this again and I'll come back to you later.
I have put photos on Flickr.com. My name is XXXXX XXXXX. You search for me, you will see the photos. There is no shrink wrap sheathing anywhere that I can see.
I'm not at my desk right now, so I'll check when I get back. Okay, got your photos. You need to check the continuity of the wiring from the terminal block to the control panel. The thermal cutout on this oven is on M_1535, but that would not prevent power getting to the oven. That only protects the oven element. The thermal device on M_1537 is a Q&A device for the cooling fan, so it's not that. Somewhere with the circuit is the thermal fuse, and it is in line with the wiring. If you look at this thermal fuse here, that is the thing you are replacing.
Hi, I have checked every inch of wiring in the oven and there is nothing other than wire. The thing you are describing does not exist in this oven. Any further ideas?
If you have no power to the oven, then there is an open circuit in the feed wire from the terminal block. Confirm that you have got continuity through the thermal fuse, and if not, it will be this thermal device you are changing. Follow the instructions on the website you showed me for the correct installation.
Sorry, that doest help, as the instructions on the site I showed you are not all clear and my oven is not the same as the one in the photos. Could I just replace the round fuse thing and not all the cables?
If you click here, you will find the correct thermal cutout for your oven, but you need to confirm that you have continuity in the one you are trying to replace. I fear that you may be taking the wrong action by just replacing the thermal cutout. You have no power to the oven, so you need to trace the wires from your terminal block and confirm where the open circuit is.
Well, I took the plunge and replaced the fuse/thermal whatever in IMG_1536 with the one that I bought, and I didn't change any of the cables and the oven works fine. Whether it will for long we'll have to wait and see.
Okay, that's fine. Run the oven up to its highest setting to make sure it works correctly.
Okay, I'll try that.
If you would like any additional information or have more questions, please don't hesitate to ask. If you feel the need to click either bad service or poor service, please stop and reply to me via the reply or continue conversation button with the issue you have. I will be happy to continue further and do everything I can to provide you with the service you seek. Best regards, Tony.
Hi, it spins up but no heat, the fan runs etc. It looks like the element has gone, but I only replaced it a couple of months ago.
This is why I asked you to test where the open circuit was. The thermal cutout failed because the element overheated. If the element went over temperature, then you need to make sure the oven thermostat is still working within its limit.
I don't know how to test where the open circuit is.
You would use a multimeter to see where there is no circuit. I was asking to find the fault before swapping out any parts. If you test the element for continuity and it is open circuit, then you need to change it. Your initial problem was no power to the oven, it was this fault we were trying to find.
Yes, sorry, haven't got a multimeter. The replacement fuse has solved the no power fault, and now the element seems to have gone. Could the element burning out have caused the fuse to blow? Anyway, I am no nearer to having a working oven than before. I might just give up and buy a new one.
If read back at a previous reply, you will see we discussed this already. Replace the element and you should be good to go.
Okay, one last question, hopefully. I have fitted a new element and when I turn it on it works. I am worried that I may blow it though. So, should it glow red when it is on? I have never really looked before, and when I turn it on to 150 it starts to glow red. Is that normal? I ran it up to full heat and it was okay, so I guess it's fixed. I am not convinced that you knew the model I have, but at least you were able to advise me on some aspects of the problem as I went along, so I am going to say okay service. Thanks.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.